Hello and welcome to today's video where we will be taking a look at my Power Macintosh 7600 that I just got. So, as you can see from the front, it's really your standard mid-90s Power Mac, floppy drive, CD drive, and then this blanking plate which can be taken out for use with like a zip drive or something, although I do have a different idea, which I will get into later, probably. Or, in all honesty, I could probably just tell you now. There's a chance I might want to see if I can find like a 3D printed replacement for this that would allow me to use this with like a Blue SCSI or something. Just easily take like swap SD cards and stuff, or just like take the SD card out to like manipulate images on it or something. But anyway, so that's the front. On the rear you have more of the same, typical 90s Power Mac stuff. 3 PCI slots, audio in and out, ADB, DA15 video, which in this case I have an adapter just sort of really permanently attached probably that converts it to just HD15 VGA. Power supply, which you can pass the monitor through, which is really cool. Mini DIN 8 serial, twisted pair, and AAUI 15 Ethernet, which the twisted pair Ethernet is really nice because for anyone familiar with these old Macs, twisted pair has become the dominant standard, and AUI, and VNC, have all aren't really common, and so especially AUI is really hard to find adapters for. And then 25 pin serial, DB25 serial. Now next we have probably one of my favorite features about this case, which is how absolutely easy it is to open up. Take off the top and you have access to the drives and the power supply, and then the power button is broken, a common failure on these case design, and I am going to source a replacement because while I do have soft power on the keyboard, this is always really nice to have the power button on the machine itself. And this is the outrigger case, which means that you can do this, which basically just makes it super easy to work on the machine as a whole. So on the board itself, we have no PRAM battery, which is a good thing. There is that PRAM battery replacement thing named like the Meowtos or something, which I might get actually, because that would probably be really handy, so I wouldn't have to deal with half AA or batteries. But let's see. We have the memory. There is 48 megabytes installed, which I'll have to look at the system profile later to see, how the memory banks are laid out, if I can see that information. I think I should be able to. Cache module, 2 megabytes of VRAM, and probably one of the things that makes this system rather unique well, not super unique because a lot of other machines had it, but one of the really neat things about this system is the processor on a card. Which, if I can get it out properly, there. Which, yeah, so this is a 604 processor, and as you see right here, maybe, it says for 9,500 only. Now, it's very possible that you're asking yourself what that means, and I will show you. To turn on the system, just so now we're booted into macOS 7.6.1, and yeah, so installing operating systems on this was sort of a really interesting experience because 7.6 installed just fine. 8.1 and 8.6 both absolutely refused to install at first. I finally got 8.6 on this computer by using an iMac Restore CD, of all things. Like, you know, just as a last ditch attempt. I'm gonna continue trying to get 8.1 on here. But, yeah. 8.6 worked with an iMac software restore CD for some reason. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's just funny because this computer came out like 2-3 years before the iMac did. The iMacs that came with 8.6 on them did. But anyway, let's look at System Profiler. And so, this computer says on the front that it's a 120 megahertz model, but the System Profiler, I'm not sure how well you can see that. There we go. The System Profiler says this is a 150 megahertz processor, which makes sense because this is a 9500 CPU card that we have installed. Let's see, built-in memory. Okay, yeah. So we have 48 megabytes of memory total. And that is, you know, these are like matched pairs, so 2 16s and 2 8s, basically. I'd like to get more memory for this. Yeah, I think getting more memory for this would be ideal. But, let's see. This is our zip drive. This is, and then we have the CD drive and 4 hard drive images on the blue SCSI. Let's see what it says about our display. Yep. And because this only has 2 megabytes of VRAM, that means that if I want millions of colors, I can't go any higher than 800 by 600. But 800 by 600 is a perfectly usable resolution. Yeah, let's see. Oh, one interesting thing is the Apple Video Player, which doesn't look like a lot right now, but let me get something set up and I can show you some really cool stuff. So this is my Commodore VIC-20, and you may find yourself wondering, what does the Commodore VIC-20 have anything to do with the Power Macintosh 7600? Well, see, I actually think I skipped over these ports when I went over the ports in the back, but this thing has audio-video inputs. And for those who don't really know what I'm getting at, let me demonstrate. Oh yeah. You can use this basically as a video screen for analog video sources, both composite and S-video. But anyway, so basically I have my VIC-20 with my penultimate plus cartridge and my SD2IEC hooked up right now. And let's play something that I'm sure everyone will absolutely love to see. That's right. I have Doom for the VIC-20. And there we go. Let's see. Oh yes, and they get sound too. I'm not super good at Doom. I mean, you know, I'm okay, as you can see, but like, I'm not great. But yeah. So that's Doom on a VIC-20 being shown through a Power Mac 7600. Let's see. And that's really, so like, this computer has actually been a dream computer of mine for a long time. Basically ever since I saw the Drago 1 video where he was getting his Power Mac 7500 working with the video in. And, yeah, I just find that really cool. I was amazed at that at the time, and it's still honestly sort of amazing to me. But yeah, then when I learned that the 7600 existed and it was basically an improved 7500, I really wanted one. Like, I really wanted one. Let's just play a little bit. Let's just open up SimCity 2000, because SimCity 2000 is one of my favorite Mac games of all time. I love it. Oh yeah, I suppose I haven't. The soundtrack to this is so good. Let's load a scenario. Let's destroy Chicago. This right here has to be my favorite theme in the entire game. Whatever sound font they used for the Mac version sounds strangely MT32-ish, but also not quite. I remember when I got my Power Mac 76, or my Power Mac G4, I would play this for just hours, and I would, like, you know, just sort of let it, like, I would just sort of, like, let cities run and develop all day while I did stuff, and it was pretty awesome. Let's give Chicago a monster. But yeah, so SimCity 2000, one of my favorite Mac games of all time. And as you can see, I have an extension that loads the wallpaper, because wallpapers aren't natively supported in Mac OS 7. You can have desktop patterns, but not full wallpapers. That way. That way. Let's reboot into 8.6. So here's macOS 8.6, and yeah, as you can see, this looks very macOS 9-ish in a lot of ways. I'm almost certain that, like, well, macOS 9 was a lot of under the hood changes, but I think that a lot of macOS 8 stuff carried over. But yeah, one awesome thing about just, like, this in general is that because I have the Twisted Pair Ethernet, I can get on the internet with no issue whatsoever. So, like, let's load up System 7 today, which is ironic that I'm loading System 7 today on a Mac OS 8.6 Mac, but or on Mac OS 8.6, but you know. Let's see. They don't have the Power Macintosh 7600, but they have the 7300, which is the next model up. So yeah. And by the way, I love the 604 in this computer. The 604 is very fast. Let's see. We should be able to load the forum just fine as well. There we go. And here's Hotline, which let's connect to the System 7 Today hotline. And I'll just type out a message. From 600 running Mac OS 8.6. I'm not sure if we'll get a reply, but let's see. We might. Maybe from someone in the Macintosh Garden Discord. But anyway, so yeah. Thank you for watching. I have so many like plans for this machine. I think it'll be super fun to play around with the video input capabilities. I do have Premiere on here. Although I think I should probably wait to edit video until I have more RAM, which I would like to get sooner rather than later. But yeah, there's just so much I want to do with this machine, so much I can do with this machine. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good day.